What's up guys, Javin here bringing you another video. So I hosted some solo scrims the other day and I ended up winning one of the games and I got third in two of the others. So I thought it'd be fun to just go through that gameplay and I'll kind of talk to you about my thought process and how I set myself up in good positions. Before we start the video, just be sure to hit that like button and use code JavinTV in the item shop. Thank you. Let's hop right into it. So as you saw, I was doing a rotate with Peppers here and I saw an opportunity to surprise this person from behind. Not in a sus way or nothing, but I got that free kill. After that, I really had everything I needed to win the game. So I was kind of just branching out with the extra mats and getting in a good place where I could see everything around me. It's good to be in a position where you can scan the area around you, that way you know how to rotate when the time comes to rotate. If I see an easy kill, I'll shoot at it, but other than that, I usually just try to figure out how I'm going to rotate to the next zone, depending on where zone pulls. So I see zone pull down the mountain here, and I figured I might as well just be one of the first people to get to the front side of zone, that way I can look back when other people are rotating down. It'd be a good opportunity to get ahead of zone and to get a free pick looking back. So once the zone starts pulling, I'm looking back for a little bit, I'm trying not to get focused, and then eventually I bounce her further ahead, and then I look back and there's some people rotating, so I take some shots and get a free kill. After I get that kill, it looked like a free refresh if I just tunneled to it, and I had a lot of mats and was about to get another refresh on mats, so I just full tarped back towards that loot. I took my time looting here, and then eventually I start rotating. I was still peppered out, so it was a pretty easy rotate. As you can see, during the rotate, I get a big hit on this guy, so I decided to pressure that some more. Turns out he got away, so I just got to the front edge of the zone with a bouncer. I had so much movement for this late game, so it was pretty easy to make these rotates. I was honestly chilling so much this game, I ended up just looking for some picks while other people were rotating in. I saw this guy tarping next to me, so I cut off his tarp with a cone, that way I'm able to take a shot. And I got a crack on him, so I figured it was a good opportunity to push. And because this is a mountain zone and I had max mats, I just popped a pepper and started building up to height. I wasn't sure if there was anyone on height, so I took my time before actually cranking up to high ground, like all the way to high ground. For now, I just got on a good lair and got based up on the front side of zone, and then I was able to check out high ground, and it turned out to be pretty free to take. I didn't want to stop blocking my top off until I knew for sure that I had high ground, because I didn't get a chance to fully scan high ground, so I'm still going to box up. You want to make sure you're always covering your top. If you're not for sure that you're on high ground, you need to block off your top, because they could triple dink you so easily if someone was up there. Anyways, once I got high ground here, it was pretty much a free win, and I just sprayed down, made sure nobody was cranking up on me, and eventually secured the win. I try to tarp in a way that I'm still able to see the people on low ground, and I can take shots on them. Like if I just tarp straight over top of them, it's going to be kind of awkward to take shots on them, so I try to go around the side and get side views on it so that I can see where everybody is and keep track of things and have an easy angle to spray from. But yeah, at this point I'm set up really nicely to win. I'll just let you guys watch it and I'll be back for the next game. Next game I don't win, so I'll have a lot more to say about what I did wrong and stuff.
That's tough, bro.
Oh my god, I almost fell because of these peppers. I almost fell and lost that, bro.
There's no way.
I can't believe I almost fell off there. That would have been so funny. Anyways, here's the next game. As you can see, I am making a rotate here in the first moving zone. I had to go all the way to the other side, but I had a pepper, so it made things a little bit easier. I want you to pay attention to how I'm making this rotate. Because I'm peppered out, I know that I'm moving a lot faster than other people, so as soon as I pass by people who are like tunneling and stuff, I always make sure to block off their point of view so that they can't shoot at me. I build walls, or I just build some kind of structure in front of them so that they don't have an angle of me running. That way I can save my mats and I don't have to full tunnel, but I also know that I'm protected from the people who I think are going to shoot at me. I try to scan the area while I'm rotating and block off any angles I think I'm going to get shot from, simply just so I can save as many mats as possible. As you could see, I rotated all the way to the front side because I knew that was going to be the least contested spot on the map, because everybody was trying to move all the way across, so if I got in front of everybody, I basically just had to block off my back where everybody else is rotating from. And then once I got into zone here, I just started spraying at everybody coming in. It ended up pulling even further in that direction, so I just worked on staying ahead, took a little damage here and had to heal, but it's alright. As soon as I got those heals off, I worked to getting to the front side of zone once again. I'm always trying to stay ahead in these moving zones, because if you fall behind and you're on that back side of zone, it's going to be a lot more shambles. There's going to be a lot of people back there who are, low on mats trying to psycho you. When people run out of mats, they usually sit on that back side of zone and try to psycho into somebody's box, so staying ahead can keep you out of danger from those people. Once I got to the front side of zone, I just cranked up to high ground as you saw, but I was really low on mats at this point, which is why I lost. I should have gotten a refresh sooner. I also could have tried to get closer to these last two players and try to jump on one of them or get them to fight each other, but one of them had an RPG and that screwed up my whole game. Either way, GG's, played that well. Things I could have done is try to get a refresh earlier on so that I could have cranked back up to high ground once I got shot out, but I also could have hit this shot on low ground when I got dropped in. Either way, GG's man, it was a good game. On to the next one. So this game I did not have peppers, but I did have 3 bouncers, so I made use of those. I used my bouncers to get the front side of this first moving zone. As you can see, it helped me save a lot of mats. I just placed ramps behind me to block off my back as I rotated. I was about to fight this person next to me. It was actually Adil, one of my trio members, but I decided to keep rotating because fighting right here on the edge of zone, Storm was about to push into us, so I had to keep moving. I was in a safe place in my rotate to pop some heals, and then somebody actually built up right over top of me, so I took that opportunity to surprise him from below. Was a nice quick refresh, always helpful. Once I got that refresh, I was towards the backside of zone, which I hate being back there because it's a lot harder to rotate. People who are ahead of zone are going to be spraying back at you and stuff like that. I rushed that bouncer on the rotate. I should have gotten in a better place to use that bouncer or else just save it because I completely wasted it. Either way, I got in here and it was all good. I was doing really good on mats. I saw people fighting below me and I thought it might be a free chance to take a fight, but then I looked at my mats and said, alright, let's just keep rotating. I have a lot of mats, don't need to take that. I do a nice job of getting to front side of zone here, took a little fall damage, but it is whatever. Once I'm on front side, I heal up and continue the rotate. Notice how I'm on a mid ground here. I'm in a good lair where I can kind of see what's going on around me. If I was on low ground there, I would just be kind of tunneling and not really looking around as much, but getting a mid ground lair here was really good. I saw a guy to push on low ground. I don't know if this was really the right move. If I were to push him, I should have full sent it and kept pushing him, but eventually I just break into this building. It wasn't a bad play because the chances of someone being in this building were really low, so it worked out honestly. It might have been worth even farming that building a little bit more. As you can see, I get a beam on this guy who's on edge of zone, and I see an opportunity to push him. I need to reload my guns here. I wasn't paying attention to my ammo count, but I got that kill, got the siphon, and got a little refresh on mats. I missed out on his brick there. I should have taken the time to get that extra brick, and then instead of staying on low ground while pushing in here, I should have built up and gone to high ground. Maybe not all the way up to high ground, but getting a mid ground there would have been a lot easier for me to get in. Eventually I did go up to mid ground, but I should have instantly gone up to mid ground once I got that refresh in the storm, because I took a lot of storm damage. At this point I'm getting to the last of my builds. It is not looking pretty, so I'm looking for a refresh, and I'm just sitting in cones just trying to limit my use of mats as much as I can until I'm able to get a refresh. Once I get the crack on this guy, I need to psycho in because I have really no other choice. I do a good job of picking up that kill. But he didn't really have much mats for me, and I get sprayed from high ground, and it's a GG's. GG, man. And I'll throw in one more game for you guys. It's a 7th place. Let's see what went wrong. So as you can see, it's about to get to the moving zones, and I get a beam, so I push up and get that kill. After that, I'm just recycling the mats towards the front edge of my tarp. That way I can use them all to get ahead of this moving zone. I do also have peppers here, so I'm big chillin' right now. I'm in a really good spot. So I just crank ahead some tunneling and then go back to refresh those mats, pop a pepper, and make this rotate. Before I start this rotate, I just look for a quick pick because I have a charge and there's a lot of people that are starting to rotate by. And because I'm peppered out, I know that I don't really have to worry about early rotating as much. I can sit in my tarp for a little bit and look for some picks. I'd recommend staying towards front edge of zone the entire rotate if you have no movement. Yeah, you should look back for picks as well, but also focus on staying more ahead than I am here. But because I'm peppered out, I'm able to easily catch up in my rotate. I get a little bit sloppy here. I should have just focused on building up safely, but I took a shot on this dude in the bush for some reason. I didn't have that many heals, so it was kind of a risky play. Definitely made me get shambles here when I didn't need to take that shot. So here I'm looking for a pick, which is a good move. I should have popped that chug splash, ripperoonie to that. I end up looking for a pick way too long here. I get stuck on back edge of zone, and sure, I have movement to get to the front edge of zone really easily, but I'm just like hopping around in the open for no reason. I don't know what I was doing. Like, if you're gonna look for a pick, look for a few seconds and then focus on your rotate. I waited until I was on back edge of zone and I got held here and hit for a ton of damage. Notice here how I build walls when I'm bouncing to protect myself because I'm so weak that if I get shot like once or twice, I might die. So I'm being extra safe while rotating this. And so I get to the front edge of zone, I look back for a second because I could really use a siphon right now to get 50 health back. But at the same time, I have a lot of mats and I still have bouncers, so it's important that I stay on the front edge of my rotate, on the front edge of zone. I do a really good job staying protected here while making this little rotate. And then I'm looking for a pick again. I really can't find anything. I probably should have been spraying at this guy rather than holding a charge at him for so long. So at this point, I still had a lot of mats. I still had enough mats to make probably this whole rotate without really exposing myself. And that should have been my focus, but I'm so focused on getting a kill here. Like, yeah, I needed a kill for the health and maybe they'd have some heals for me, but I did it in such a risky, mindless way. Like, I had tunnel vision on the idea of getting a pick, and that's what got me killed. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like and sub button and use code JivenTV in the item shop. Thanks. Mwah!